we're going to talk about something that might just blow your mind, especially if you're a coin collector or a history buff. It's about a special coin that many of us may have seen or even owned at one point, the 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter. But here's the twist, this isn't just any regular quarter. We're talking about the no-mint mark version of this coin, and its current market value is absolutely astonishing, up to $1.60 million. Understanding the 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter. Now, you might be asking, what makes the 1776 to 1976 quarter so special? Well, this coin was issued as part of the United States bicentennial celebrations in 1976. It was a way to mark 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. The coin features a special reverse design with a colonial drummer boy, symbolizing the revolutionary spirit that led to the birth of our nation. But here's where it gets interesting. While most of us are familiar with the standard Washington quarter, not all of these 1976 coins are created equal. There are versions with mint marks, and then there's the no mint mark variety. This no mint mark version is key, and it's rare in a way that you might not expect. We talk about mint marks. We're referring to the small letter or symbol on the coin that tells us where it was minted. The Philadelphia Mint typically uses no mint mark, and most coins produced by them in 1976 would fall into this category. However, here's the kicker. Only a few select no mint mark 1776 to 1976 quarters have been found in circulation, and these are the ones that collectors are going absolutely crazy for. So what makes these no mint mark coins so valuable? Let's dive into that. Why normally, the mint mark is located on the reverse side of the coin, just beneath the eagle's talon. However, during the 1976 production, there were some coins released by the Philadelphia Mint that did not feature this mint mark at all. Though these coins were originally thought to be mistakes, they're actually some of the most coveted by coin collectors today. As with any rare item, the key to its value lies in scarcity. When a mistake occurs, especially one that makes a coin stand out from the rest, it can skyrocket in value. With the 1776 to 1976 no mint mark quarters, the scarcity of these coins has created an incredible demand. They were produced in far fewer numbers compared to their marked counterparts, and over time, their value has only increased. The value today up to $1.60 million. Here's where things get even more exciting. Coins like this one, specifically the 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter without a mint mark, can sell for an astonishing amount of money today. Now, you may be wondering, how much are we talking about? Well, these rare quarters have been known to fetch anywhere from a few $100s to a few $1,000s depending on their condition. But in certain cases, the value can soar much higher. In fact, the highest recorded sale for a 1776 to 1976 no mint mark Washington quarter reached a jaw-dropping $1.60 million. That's right, $1.6 million. This price reflects not just its rarity, but also the growing interest among collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for a piece of history. As time goes on, the price may even climb higher. If you happen to have one of these quarters, or you come across one in your coin collection, it's definitely worth getting it appraised. You could be sitting on a small fortune. If you're wondering how to tell if you have one of these rare quarters, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, check the reverse side of the coin. If you don't see a mint mark under the eagle's talon, you might just have a valuable find on your hands. Next, condition matters. Coins that are in better condition, especially those with little to no wear and tear, will be worth significantly more. The more pristine the coin, the higher its potential value. To wrap it up, the 1776 to 1976 no mint mark Washington quarter is one of those rare, hidden treasures that many coin collectors dream of finding. With its deep historical significance and rare production, it's become one of the most sought-after coins in the world today. If you happen to own one of these coins, or if you find one in circulation, you could be sitting on a true piece of American history that could be worth a fortune. From a few $100s to $1.6 million, the value of these coins continues to rise as more collectors catch on to their rarity. As always, make sure to do your research. Keep an eye out for these valuable coins, and never underestimate the potential hidden in your collection. We're diving into something that might have sat quietly in your pocket or your coin jar. The 2016 P Mint Mark Franklin D. Roosevelt $quarter coin. Yes, you heard that right. A simple coin that could potentially be worth over $1.70 million. Now, most people wouldn't think twice about these quarters. After all, they've been circulating for years, and with over 230 million minted in 2016 alone, they don't exactly stand out. But what if I told you that some of these very common coins are fetching sky-high prices at auction? Let's explore why.to understand the significance of this quarter. Let's first talk about the mint mark. The 2016 P Mint Mark stands for Philadelphia. Usually, we're used to seeing a D for Denver or no mint mark at all for coins minted in other years. But this year, the U.S. Mint made a key decision to put a P on the quarters for the first time in history. That's right. This was a first in American numismatic history. At first glance, the 2016 P Roosevelt quarter might seem like just another piece of pocket change. After all, it's made of the same standard-clad metal as most other quarters. But this year was special, and not just because of the mint mark. The unique thing about these coins is that some of them are being discovered in mint condition, what we call uncirculated or gem condition. This means that the coin looks as if it just came off the minting press, without a single scratch or sign of wear and tear. And here's where things get interesting. There are rare examples where these coins are in such pristine condition, they're worth far more than you could ever imagine. In fact, some 2016 P Roosevelt quarters have recently sold for over $1.7 million. So what makes these specific coins so valuable? It's all about rarity and condition. When fewer coins are produced in certain years, they become more desirable to collectors. But what's even more crucial is how well preserved those coins are. If you have a 2016 P quarter that's been protected from circulation, and it has no signs of wear or damage, it could be worth a fortune. How can you identify one of these rare gems? You'll need to be extra careful. First, check the mint mark. The P should be clearly visible on the reverse side of the coin, just under the eagle. Then, look closely at the coin's surface. Is it free from scratches, dings, or discoloration? If so, you might be holding on to something that could make you a very happy coin collector. But let's take it a step further. It's not just any 2016 P Roosevelt quarter that will sell for millions. Coin dealers and collectors are looking for specific examples of these coins that stand out in terms of flawless condition, often graded by professionals from a recognized grading service. For example, a coin graded at the highest level, known as MS-70, is the pinnacle of perfection, and it's these kinds of coins that are most sought after by collectors. You might be wondering, how do I even know if my 2016 P quarter is one of these rare finds? The best way is to have it graded by a professional. Companies like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can evaluate your coin and assign it a grade. A coin graded at MS-70, for instance, is considered perfect and could fetch a hefty price. But remember, these coins are incredibly rare. How likely am I to find a 2016 P quarter worth $1 million? The reality is, it's very unlikely. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't check your change. Coins like these don't grow on trees, but if you happen to find one in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The historical context behind the 2016 P Roosevelt quarter. This coin was released to commemorate Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who served from 1933 until his death in 1945. Roosevelt was a pivotal figure in American history, leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II. The quarter's design, featuring a portrait of Roosevelt, has remained largely unchanged since it was first introduced in 1946. But the 2016 P coin, with its historical significance and minting milestone, adds a layer of collectability that makes it even more interesting to collectors. So, if you happen to have one of these quarters from 2016 in perfect condition, you could potentially be sitting on something incredibly valuable. While it's not every day that you'll come across a quarter worth millions, it's worth taking a close look at your change, especially when it comes to coins like the 2016 P Roosevelt quarter. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and this story is a perfect reminder of how a simple coin can hold extraordinary value. Who knows? Your next pocket change could be the key to unlocking a hidden treasure. Thank you for joining me today and exploring the fascinating world of rare coins. Stay tuned for more tips and stories that could change the way you look at your everyday pocket change. We're going to dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on a coin that has become the subject of intense interest among collectors and investors alike. The 2006 P Mint Mark South Dakota $quarter coin. At first glance, this quarter might look like just another coin you've seen in your pocket, but there's more to it than meets the eye. The South Dakota quarter, part of the 50-state quarters program, is an important piece of U.S. currency. But some versions of this coin have been known to fetch astronomical prices in the marketplace. Let's take a closer look at the value of this particular coin and why it's worth $1.9 million today. The 2006 South Dakota quarter is part of the State Quarter Series, which was introduced in 1999 to celebrate each state's history and heritage. South Dakota's quarter, issued in 2006, features an image of Mount Rushmore, a national monument famous for its massive, sculpted heads of 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. The 2006 South Dakota quarter has the standard design of a typical quarter, but holds something unique for collectors. While the coin is common in circulation, there is a specific error variety that has become highly sought after in the coin collecting world. This error, known as the 2006 P South Dakota quarter missing silver, has set a new record for rarity and value. What makes this coin so valuable? Well, the 2006 P Mint Mark South Dakota quarter we're talking about is a special error coin. In most coins, there's an inscription of the word E pluribus unum, which is Latin for out of many, one. However, some of these quarters, due to a minting mistake, were issued without the inscription. This flaw makes these error coins extremely rare. Collectors call them variety coins or error coins, and these pieces are valuable because they were never supposed to exist in the first place. Imagine walking into a store with a 25-cent coin and finding out years later that it's worth $1.9 million. That's the kind of discovery that makes coin collecting so thrilling. How does a coin like this, which was initially worth just 25 cents, end up being worth so much? Well, the value of coins, especially rare and error-prone ones, often depends on several factors: rarity, demand, and condition. The 2006 P South Dakota quarter missing silver coin is incredibly rare, with only a handful known to exist. Because of its scarcity, collectors have been willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on one of these coins. In fact, the current market value of one of these rare coins has skyrocketed to $1.9 million. That's right, $1.9 million for a single quarter. And, while this may sound too good to be true, The coin's era and the condition it's in contribute to its extreme worth. The better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. For those of us who are passionate about coin collecting, this discovery is a reminder of how thrilling the hobby can be. A coin that looks so ordinary on the surface can hold incredible value to the right collector, especially when there's a unique story behind it. If you happen to have a 2006 P South Dakota quarter in your collection, or if you stumble upon one while sifting through your change, be sure to examine it closely. This rare era coin could be the ticket to a life-changing windfall. But remember, the value is determined by condition, so make sure it's well-preserved. So, whether you're an experienced collector or just getting started, the world of coin collecting is filled with surprises. The 2006 P Mint Mark South Dakota quarter is one of those rare treasures that might be worth far more than you expect. Thank you for joining me today. Keep an eye on your pocket change, because you never know when you might find something that could be worth millions. I want to take you on an exciting journey into the world of coin collecting, focusing on a coin that may be hiding in your pocket right now, the 1999 P Mint Mark Pennsylvania $quarter coin. What's truly remarkable about this coin is its rarity and value. While most quarters from the 1999 series are still circulating, some of these coins can fetch an incredible price, reaching up to $2 million. Let me explain why this particular coin is so special. In 1999, the United States Mint released a series of state quarters, each one representing a different state in the Union. These were the first quarters to honor individual states, and they quickly became a collector's dream. But what makes the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter unique, especially the one with a P Mint mark, stands out for a reason you might not expect. First, let's take a quick look at what makes a coin valuable. Usually, value in coins comes down to a few key factors: rarity, demand, and condition. In the case of the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter, we're talking about a coin with a rare production error, making it incredibly sought after among collectors. Normally, the U.S. Mint produces coins with very little room for error. However, during the production of the 1999 Pennsylvania quarters, a mistake was made. Some of the coins struck during this year's release were improperly minted. What happened is that a small, yet crucial, detail on the coin's design was slightly off, which led to a minting error. This error involved the P Mint mark, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where the coin was made. Instead of the usual clear, sharp strike, some of the coins featured the mint mark with a much weaker impression. As a result, these coins are incredibly rare, with only a few still in circulation today. But why are these errors so important to collectors? Well, rarity equals value. In the case of the 1999 P Pennsylvania quarter, it's believed that only a handful of these error coins are left in the public's hands. Over time, that rarity only increases their worth. And as demand for these rare coins grows among collectors and investors alike, prices soar. Now, you might be thinking, how do I know if I have one of these rare quarters in my possession? The key feature to watch for is the mint mark. The P on the Pennsylvania quarter is the one we're concerned about. Make sure to examine it closely. If the mark appears faded or blurry, it could be one of the rare error coins that collectors are after. Additionally, if the quarter appears to have a double strike, it could be another clue that you've found something special. So, why is this coin valued at up to $2 million? It all comes down to its rarity, condition, and the demand for these unique error coins. As more collectors become aware of this coin and its value, the price continues to climb. While you're unlikely to find one of these error coins on the streets, if you do, you could be looking at an incredibly valuable piece of American history. However, not every 1999 P Pennsylvania quarter is worth that much. The typical value for a standard coin is around 25 cents. But if you happen to find one of these rare error coins, you're looking at a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that could put you in possession of a coin worth a small fortune. It's important to note that, like with any collectible, condition is everything. Coins in better condition, especially those that are graded as being in mint condition, are worth significantly more than those in poor shape. So, if you believe you have found a rare 1999 Pennsylvania quarter, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded and appraised by an expert before making any decisions. In conclusion, the 1999 Mint Mark Pennsylvania $quarter coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a potential goldmine waiting to be discovered. If you happen to find one of these rare error coins, you might just be holding on to a treasure worth millions of dollars. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable things are the ones you least expect to find. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope this inspires you to take a closer look at the coins in your collection or your pocket. Who knows? The next quarter you come across might just be your ticket to a small fortune. We deep dive into one of the most intriguing coins ever to come from the U.S. Mint, the 1999 Mint Mark Georgia quarter. Now, if you're a coin collector or even just someone who stumbles across old coins, you may be wondering why this particular quarter, which was minted over 25 years ago, is now valued at a staggering $2.1 million. It all starts with the 50-state quarters program. This program, launched in 1999, was part of an initiative by the U.S. Mint to honor each of the 50 states in the Union with their own unique quarter design. These coins were released into circulation one state at a time, and each state's design captured something important about the state's history, culture, or geography. Now, let's focus on the 1999 Georgia quarter. This coin features a simple but symbolic design. On the reverse side, we see a depiction of the peach, which is a nod to Georgia's status as the peach state. Below the peach, there's the inscription, Georgia, and the state's motto, Wisdom, Justice, Moderation. On the obverse, like all quarters, you'll find the portrait of George Washington. So, why is this particular coin worth $2.1 million? It has to do with something rare and extremely valuable in the world of coin collecting. The 1999 Mint Mark Georgia quarter is part of a rare minting error. Normally, coins from the U.S. Mint are struck with a specific, standardized process. However, sometimes, due to an issue in the minting process, a small number of coins are struck with a flaw, and those coins are the ones that catch the eye of collectors and investors alike. The rare error on the 1999 Mint Mark Georgia quarter is known as a double die error. This occurs when the design is struck more than once, causing the image to appear twice or blurred. When this happens, it can result in an eye-catching coin that is incredibly rare, and rare is exactly what coin collectors love. Only a few of these error coins exist, and that makes them highly sought after. The 1999 Mint Mark Georgia quarter featuring this double die error was discovered by a few eagle-eyed collectors who noticed the subtle but significant extra details on the peach and lettering. Once the news of this rare coin spread, its value skyrocketed. Collectors and investors were eager to get their hands on one, and the price has continued to climb as fewer and fewer of these quarters remain in circulation. So, if you've got a 1999 Mint Mark Georgia quarter sitting in your coin jar or collection, it might be worth taking a closer look. If it has the double die error, you could be holding on to a piece of history that's worth a small fortune. In fact, the current market value of a pristine example of this coin is upwards of $2.1 million, depending on its condition and whether it's been certified by professional grading services. Now, what does this mean for you, the average person who might come across one of these coins? It's important to get your coins professionally examined if you suspect you have one of these rare pieces. Professional coin grading services can confirm the authenticity of the error and assign a grade to the coin, which will ultimately determine its market value. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone just starting to pay attention to the coins in your pocket change, This discovery is a reminder that treasure can be closer than you think. A single coin could be worth more than you ever imagined, and it could be waiting in your collection or hiding among the coins you set aside for a rainy day. Thank you for joining me in exploring this incredible coin. The 1999 D Mint Mark Georgia quarter, with its rare double die error, serves as a reminder that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes the most valuable pieces are the ones that come from unexpected places. Keep an eye out, and you might just stumble upon your very own treasure. If you're a coin collector or just someone with a curiosity for rare and valuable currency, you're in for a real treat. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1995 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin. At first glance, this coin might look just like any other quarter. But don't be fooled. This particular coin has been the subject of great interest and even greater value in recent years. Let's talk about how this coin went from a common circulating piece of currency to something worth a whopping $2.2 million today. Now, to understand why this coin is so valuable, let's take a step back. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. It's been a staple of American coinage ever since, but not all quarters are created equal. When it comes to rare coins, a combination of factors like mint marks, error variations, and historical significance can drastically affect their value. So, what's the big deal with the 1995 D Mint Mark Washington quarter? To begin, this coin was issued by the Denver Mint, which is represented by the D Mint mark. Most quarters from this era are worth just 25 cents in face value, but certain varieties and errors can send their values skyrocketing. The 1995 D Washington quarter is unique because of an error in its production. Some of these quarters, which were struck at the Denver Mint, were mistakenly produced with an extremely rare error, a D Mint mark that was poorly struck. The result? A coin that appears to be missing some of the details that would normally be on the mint mark, making it stand out as a rare anomaly. These coins are sometimes referred to as double die quarters, though not every coin from the 1995 series carries this error. Those that do, however, are incredibly sought after by collectors. In the world of coin collecting, even the smallest imperfection can make a coin valuable. In the case of the 1995 D Washington quarter, the error created a phenomenon. Some collectors and numismatists, or coin experts, quickly recognized its rarity and the potential it had to become one of the most valuable coins in American history. But how did this coin get to the point where it's now worth $2.2 million? The key is rarity. Not only is the 1995 D Mint Mark Washington quarter rare because of the minting error, but it's also valuable due to the limited number of them that exist in good condition. There are only a handful of these error coins left, and many of them are locked away in private collections, which further drives up their market value. Over the years, these coins have been traded at auctions, and their price has steadily increased. Some experts argue that their market value could continue to climb, given that the supply is so limited. If you happen to own one of these rare 1995 D quarters, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The highest recorded sale for one of these coins reached an astounding $2.20 million. You might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these rare coins? Well, the easiest way is to take a close look at the mint mark. The error is subtle, but it's there. The mint mark, which is located on the reverse side of the coin near the eagle's tail feathers, should appear as a clear and crisp D. On the rare variety, however, the mint mark will appear slightly doubled or unclear. You may also notice some of the details of the coin appearing less defined, giving the quarter a blurry look in certain areas. If you do think you found one of these elusive quarters, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional. It's also important to make sure the coin has been well preserved. Coins that are in mint condition or are uncirculated can fetch much higher prices at auction compared to those that have been heavily worn or damaged. Now, you might be asking, what makes these coins so valuable? Why are collectors willing to spend millions on a single quarter? The answer lies in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. Rare coins like the 1995 D Mint Mark Washington quarter are highly coveted because they are a piece of American history. These coins are not just currency, they are symbols of the times in which they were created, and owning a rare coin allows collectors to preserve and celebrate that history. The value of rare coins also comes from their ability to withstand the test of time. As more and more coins are lost, damaged, or melted down over the years, the remaining coins grow increasingly rare. Coins like the 1995 D Washington quarter are among those rare finds that collectors hope to uncover. In conclusion, the 1995 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar is not just another piece of pocket change. With its rare error and limited availability, this coin has become one of the most valuable quarters in American history, with a market value that could reach as high as $2.2 million. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or simply someone looking to learn more about valuable currency, this coin is a perfect example of how a simple mistake in production can lead to a priceless treasure. So, the next time you find yourself holding a Washington quarter, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know, you could be holding a piece of history worth millions. Thank you for watching, and remember to keep an eye out for rare finds. Who knows, the next one might just be in your pocket.